I smell and I'm like, okay, my bike is, there's something wrong with the motorcycle because it smells like the pipes are, you know, like oil's leaking, coolants are, like something is astray here.
There is a smell emanating from the bike. So we are just investigating. Kind of smells like burnt rubber.
I don't know, we did just go through that watery, nasty, dirty crap.
Oh yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Notier's Frontiers, where my wife Marissa and I, Tim Notier, travel the world, two up and overloaded, some would say, on a KTM 1190 named Komodo.
That's right. Our previous motorcycle had been named Pegasus, so we're on a mythical creatures theme here. Well, Komodo dragons are real.
They are
dragons, you know, sometimes are not real. And we took Pegasus all over the Americas and halfway up through Africa. And now we are taking Komodo all the way up to the top of Alaska.
The tippy top, yes. We are completing a line from Ushuaia to Dead Horse, and we are just a few wheel spins closer to our final destination.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us on our little adventure to the north.
Yes, thank you. We just entered the Yukon in Canada, which just sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's an area of the world that not many people get to. It really kind of encapsulates wilderness.
It's an achievable goal, but one that, you know, is out of the way.
Yeah,
But
really
Yukon
cool.
do it, is what I always motivated us, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, and Yukon too. I'm talking to you, buddy.
So we're in the Yukon. We're looking for a campsite. Now, the first place that we came across was filled with mosquitoes.
Yeah, that was awful.
We very quickly realized that, you know, this is not going to be the place for us. There's no point in not checking out another campground because the sun...
It was like 17 more hours of daylight.
Yeah, almost never sets.
Yeah.
So we had plenty of daylight ahead of us, and you'd had a lot of coffee over in Jade City.
I sure did.
And the coolest part? Free coffee.
So I do still now. Welcome to Coffee Talk with Tim and Marissa. She doesn't drink coffee, but I drink enough for both of us.
Yes. So we decided, let's just see if another campground has as many mosquitoes or if it's a little bit better.
Yeah. We hopped on iOverlander and we kind of scouted some stuff out that was ahead of us, and we found the
Big Creek Campground.
Yeah. Started to notice that in Canada there's a lot of recreation areas that you know are campgrounds that are next to like boat launches, and they're nice, and they have porta potties, they have bear boxes, which is a huge plus.
Hey, so this is gonna be our campsite for the night. Obviously I am wearing our new mosquito getup. There are plenty of mosquitoes here, so this has been very useful so far. But this place is way, way better than the last campsite that we just briefly stopped at. We were wondering, oh, is this gonna be good for the night? But I mean, it was just a mosquito massacre there. So I'm glad that we pushed on a little bit and we found this place. And this place has free firewood. So we want to get a fire going. Maybe that will help a little bit with the mosquitoes.
They have free firewood, even though free firewood is like free like tree trunks. That
Yeah,
like
huge logs.
yeah, it's like what am I supposed to do with this? But as a Canadian male, you're expected to
Have your own hatchet.
have your own hacksaw and hatchet.
Tim made a lovely fire. The smoke is helping a bit with the mosquitoes, but not completely. So we're still in our awesome garb, and we're cooking dinner.
And like the bathrooms are nice there.
Yeah,
And we
bathrooms are
often
really
find
nice.
people cleaning them. That is like, what?
Yeah,
Good.
Canada has some really nice facilities.
Yeah.
Mine's already done. I think I got a few mosquitoes in there for extra protein, and we're gonna eat it. We figured, all right, if we can make a campfire, it'll be at least a bit of a deterrent for the mosquitoes,
They don't
right?
care. Nope.
No, they don't care. I mean, I saw them hovering in the smoke of
Yes,
the campfire.
I think that's where they were born, of hell and fire. And I'm throwing pine needles in to try, you know, like someone told me that, oh, if you throw pine needles in, the mosquitoes think there's a forest fire and will evacuate. I'm like, humans aren't even that smart, you know? We had our little special mosquito net
Gear,
garb,
Yes.
wardrobe, you know, it was stylish.
Yeah,
So it's just not,
high fashion.
it's high fashion.
You're mosquitoes, huh?
Yeah. Lots of mozzies. So we quickly had our dinner and then headed into the tent, put on our blinders from the
Yeah.
bright sun so that we could sleep.
I think. Because it stays light until 10:30, almost 11 now.
I have a little neck thingamajigger I just put over my eyes because, you know, yeah, it's hard to sleep. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm semi-pro at sleeping in the afternoon, but for some reason, sleeping at night while the sun is out is much more difficult.
But the next day, we were super, super excited for.
They're just waiting to eat me alive. I woke up at 4 because it was getting light again. And it's really hard to block out the light when you're in a tent like this. I'm excited that we're in the Yukon now. It feels like a big step towards Alaska. Today we're going to be headed to Whitehorse, which is kind of like the main city of the Yukon. And it's also a cool name. Kind of sounds like I'm in some fantasy and we're gonna go meet the bard and we're gonna go to the inn and we're gonna go get supplies and then we're gonna go adventuring off into the wilderness again. So maybe that's just my mind and I read too much fantasy or play too many video games. But yeah, Whitehorse seems pretty cool. And we're gonna be in a cabin in Whitehorse. We're renting a cabin for 2 days right on a lake that is called Marsh Lake. So, mosquitoes? I'm gonna guess yes.
When we had been at the Red Goat Inn and we'd paid our $5 to use their internet, that barely worked, but it was good enough
Yeah.
to book a place on Airbnb.
This is true, because we were sick of
In
trying to
Whitehorse.
hunt down a good place on the fly, which is the
Yeah.
way we roll. But yeah, when sources are limited, it's hard to
Exactly.
like just, you know,
You have to be a little creative. So.
not that Airbnb is very creative.
Well,
I don't know if you've heard of this website called Airbnb.
So we booked a cabin
Yeah.
that is on the shores of Marsh Lake, which
Yeah.
sounds like it could have a few mosquitoes, but we were like, oh well, at least it's a cabin. And that's right outside of the town of Whitehorse
Yeah.
in the Yukon. So we headed from our campground of Big Creek and went off, big smiles, excited for our cabin that night.
This is true.
I have the Yukon Gold pan. When we got to the cabin, it was so cute.
Yeah, it was really nice and quaint.
So we just arrived in our little cabin here in the Yukon, next to Marsh Lake, and it's super cute. We're gonna be here for a couple days. Kitchen, and bedroom.
There's no running water, but it had
No.
a big, 5-gallon jug over the sink where you could do
Even
it.
though it looks like there's running water, there is not running water, but we can have water from this jug. I'm really excited to get away from mosquitoes, though there are a few inside of here, but with my mosquito killing skills, hopefully I'll get rid of them all.
It had a little outhouse that was very well kept.
And there's a little porta potty that's indoors right in here. All you would ever need in life.
The gentleman who was the host was very, very, very nice. He had a
was.
cute little Taco Bell dog. I needed a new chain because my chain.
Yeah.
The one thing about the KTMs that I've noticed, and I'm not like a mechanical expert by any means, but when the chain goes bad, it doesn't start to go bad. It just goes from, hey, I'm fully functional and awesome to
Dead.
there's no 2-week notice. There's no, he's like, I quit, I'm out of here, I'm leaving, screw you. And it's like, dude, come on, you need a replacement though.
There's no it's starting to go bad and you need to change it soon. It's like oh my god, you need to change it right now.
Yep.
I thought I'd have to fly something into Fairbanks
Yeah.
and get there, wobbling on this chain. But there in Whitehorse, there was a KTM dealer, a KTM dealer
Yeah.
slash Honda. They had a chain I needed. So we got a brand new chain, which makes me feel much happier about life because the other one was well past its worn. I met up with Chad Horton with
2 wheels, 3 sheep.
yeah, and that was just good conversation. We were we were a week behind Itchy Boots. Dare I say we may run into her.
We'd covered a lot of miles
Yeah.
in the past week or 2 weeks. And so, yeah, it was a great place to kind of decompress and unwind. We stayed in this cabin for a couple days.
2 nights.
Final morning, when we woke up to get ready to pack and leave, I realized that I had a bit of a sore throat. Good morning. It is a cold and chilly day out there, a little bit rainy. Even though it's a little cold, we've got all of our heated gear and everything, so we should be nice and toasty. It had happened in the night, and I thought, uh-oh, I'm getting sick with something.
We've been riding through rain and stuff.
Exactly. I figured I'd gotten kind of cold, and so I was coming down with something. But it wouldn't hurt to, while we were going through the town of Whitehorse, grab some COVID tests just to make sure.
Some cough drops and everything else.
Yeah, I knew I wouldn't be able to take a test that day and have the results be accurate, because I knew with these new strains that within the first 24 hours of getting symptoms, you are pretty much going to test negative. So, but just to have those tests with us for later on. So we packed up and headed off from Whitehorse towards Dawson City.
Yay, Dawson City, here we come.
The Cinnabons here are so big, but they're delicious. Homemade. They're like almost the size of my helmet. But it's really good. So on our way to Dawson City, it was going to be a very, very long day already, but to make matters worse, there was a lot of construction. And this added pretty much more than an hour worth of waiting time. Like each construction site was about 20 minutes waiting, and it was just like one after another after another. Which is fine. I understand that the roads need to be maintained, and so of course they have to do construction, and that's fine. But one of the other things that they would do at these construction sites is there's a lot of dust that gets kicked up because of the dirt roads there. They would put these dust suppressants on the roads,
chloride.
like calcium chloride and other chemicals.
Yeah, I'm very attuned with my motorcycle.
Yes.
VR1. We're like an avatar. I hook my braid up to the ignition and we get the same sensations. But I smell and I'm like, okay, my bike is, there's something wrong with the motorcycle, because it smells like the pipes are, you know, like oil's leaking, coolants are, like something is astray here.
There is a smell emanating from the bike, so we are just investigating. Kind of smells like burnt rubber.
We did just go through that watery, nasty, dirty crap.
Oh yeah.
But it turns out it's just this disgusting, chemically muddy sludge dust that I'm also breathing in, which is awesome. Yeah, I mean, there were sections where we're following people and it's like you're in a sandstorm on dune.
I don't know what's worse, having all that dust or then having all the chemicals all over your motorcycle, which is not good for the bike.
No, but dust humans have lived with and breathed and have,
That's true.
you know, I mean, we're in our own little biodome space, so I think, you know, we're gonna survive that. I understand the necessity, but
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just kind of gross, kind of smelled bad. I can just see a picture again. I'm plugged into the motorcycle, and like the pores of my radiator just, you know, clogging up, and it's just like, you know, there's already enough dead bees and June bugs and black flies and mosquitoes that I only had like, you know, 3% of my radiator actually doing anything.
And you can see them spraying this stuff all over the road. So the day was long and the construction made it even longer. And I started to really not feel so great. I was definitely coming down with something. And so I just really wanted to get to a campsite. Of course, the sun was up for forever, so we didn't feel a pressing need, but I'm like, this day has gone on way too long.
Yeah.
Tim, we need to find something now. And there just wasn't anything. Couldn't find wild campsites, we couldn't find campgrounds, and there weren't any hotels. And we realized we would have to get all the way to Dawson City if we were going to find anything. But that will all be in our next episode.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you so much for watching this one, and I hope you liked it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below.
Ding ding!
And we'll be seeing you next time.
And again, we want to thank all of the people who support us on Patreon, people who have purchased our books, and all the comments and the you know, support online, let it be Facebook or Instagram or here on YouTube. We love the back and forth and hearing from everybody. So
yeah, we love to watch everything grow and the community grow. So thank you so much for participating in that.
Indeed. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Stay safe and stay in touch.
Bye.
Peace. Marissa has little cute airplane eye patches. Or not eye patches, I don't know what you call them, but yeah.
I don't know what they're called.
An eye patch. She's just going to say,
Just
like,
eye patches.
this is so much better.